All right, so I just realized the microphone was off, which it was on before I started recording, and then I just checked and it's off. So I don't know if y'all got any of my ramblings on that first recording, but if you didn't, uh, welcome to week 12. Um, and basically, the gist for this week is peaking on those field days, and the upper body days kind of have like a peak of their own. For example, we got heavy single today on bench. But across the board on the upper body days, volume has been reduced just a little bit. And I'm going to try and keep intensity high. So that's kind of the logic there. And today we'll kind of see how everything goes. We got 2 more sets of these. Those are feeling pretty good. Do 1 more set of those. Amazing, I caught both of those. All right, guys. We are working up to a heavy single on bench. Flat bench, not paused, just touch and go. I have no idea what we're looking at for today. I managed to do, what was it, 305, I think, for the single last week on the waves. And that didn't feel too bad. I don't know, man. It's been a while since we've heavy benched in terms of singles. So, I don't know. We'll kind of see where we end up. I'm not gunning for a PR because that's what my conjugate blocks are for. I guess I just kind of want to see how the strength is maintained, maybe. Because again, I do like specialization blocks. So, I mean, I was just kind of doing upper body just to maintain my strength. You know what I mean? Maybe develop some upper body power, but I'm not really expecting much out of today. But with that being said, I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna try. So we'll still see what we can put up. And I'm gonna do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 ladder. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm gonna try and keep rest periods relatively short because I don't want like a true max. I kind of just want to hit an uncomfortable heavy single and call it a day. Because the rest of the stuff on today's menu is fucking cake. So, with that being said, let's get after it. We'll go straight into 135. So far, so good. Okay, we're finally at what I consider heavy. It's a joke. I'm half joking. Because I know y'all that are only benching 225 are probably like, what the fuck, man? It's fucked up. I'm just messing around, dude. It's all heavy. Oh. But this is what I consider, like, when I think to myself, like, work up to a heavy single, I'm thinking 315 at least. But this is probably where I start to cap out, because my best bench of all time is 350. And it was a grinder, that's for sure. So this should move pretty comfortably, but we'll see. Hey guys, this might be it right here. 315 moved faster than I was expecting. And I probably should have gone to 325. But I mean, it felt fine. So I'm thinking 335. And this will put us, well within what, like fucking 5% of our best ever. So that's pretty cool. Especially since it was a sprint season, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this wasn't even a bench focus, and I'm within 5% of my all-time. So, like, that's a great sign. What I'd probably like to do is, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to max today. I just want it to be uncomfortably heavy, and 315 wasn't there yet. 315 felt pretty casual, and I say that loosely. Because it's not like I just, laid down and pressed it, you know what I mean? Like, I did have to focus, but it moves way better than expected. So anyway, point of all that is we're going to hit this. I put the safety strap up just because you never know. And hopefully it moves well. Safeties aren't too high either, so if I do have to dump, it's going to be a little sketch. We'll be fine. Oh, leg slipped just a little bit. That right foot started to scoot out just a little bit, but I locked it back in. Moved pretty well. That's uncomfortably heavy. That's what I was looking for. That's good. Cool. Let's move on. All right, guys. We're moving into inverted rows. I already did a warm-up set of 90 pounds on the stack just because I didn't want to jump straight to 115. But now 115 is on there. And we got these inverted rows on the TRX, and we are banging out 2 sets of 10, which I know is a downgrade in volume from last week, but that's partially sparing energy for tomorrow and Friday. I've mentioned this before, volume is the most fatiguing factor in a training program. And so when you take that into consideration, fatigue is fatigue. Realistically, right? So regardless of where it comes from. And so with that, trimming some volume off the upper body sessions spares me for Tuesday and Friday's field days, which is what I really give a shit about during this training block. Obviously, I want the fastest times possible. And we can really get into upper body training during the conjugate blocks, where I'll hammer the shit out of upper body twice a week and lower body twice a week. Mostly through weights. And so with that being stated, you'll kind of see that trend across both of these upper body days. I went from 3 sets on most things down to 2, and reps went from like 12 to 15 down to like 8 to 10 or 8 to 12. So yeah, that's the logic there. I'm low-key procrastinating just because I'm tired. I'm also really hungry. I probably should have eaten before this training session, but fuck it. So anyway, let's go ahead and hook up here, and then we'll get down to business. Like I said, it's only 2 sets, so nothing crazy. And 115 is still relatively light. I thought about maybe doing 115 and then like 125 maybe. Depends on how easy this feels. But last time we did 110, and 110 was pretty fucking hard. But we were also doing way more reps. So way more, like 4 or 5 more. So anyway, here we go. Remember, it is a little stickier when I have it offset, so I could technically even it out and it might feel lighter, but I also don't really care that much. We're gonna do one more and stay there. Yeah. Jeez. All right, man. Moving into Z press. We did 50 pounds last week for 10. I'm gonna try and do 10 reps again with the 50s, but for 2 sets instead of 1. So we'll go ahead and get that set up and get right into it. Oh, hardest exercise right here for sure. We're going for 10. I don't want to settle for 8. But if that's what it comes to, then that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try and do 2 sets of 10 with the 50s here. No warm up, just get straight into it. Brr. Ah, let's go. Come on. Ooh. I might be able to squeeze out 55, actually. I think I might go for it. All right, fellas, I threw on some 5s. Sorry, you're talking to my legs there for a second. I put on the little adder plates. So we're gonna try and get our 10. 50 didn't feel that bad. It felt heavy. It didn't feel bad. So I think we can squeeze out our 10 with the 55. Or at least I hope so. So sometimes I try not to get in my head too much about like how heavy a weight feels. Just fucking get after it. But I mean, sometimes that sensation is just so overwhelming. Like there's just no way. Like the mental fortitude just isn't there to be able to push through it. But I also think that some days you got it and some days you don't in terms of your mentality. So, you know, you don't always have to be 100% locked in. You can have days where you're off, right? So, motivate me, man. I need something. I just know it's gonna be heavy. But it's only 10. Ain't nothing crazy. You've done worse. We've definitely done worse. Let's fucking get it, man. I did it. Nice. All right, guys, camera's rolling, but this will probably be all trimmed off. Maybe not. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these fat grips on because I did like how this. I did like how this turned out last week. This was a great modification, which I don't really do this too often because normally I just grab the band. That's not a problem. With this overhead tricep variation, the fat grips do definitely make a difference, for sure. For the barbell curls, we're going up just a bit. We did 65 last week for 15. We're going 70 this time because 65 was pretty appropriate in terms of load. I just want a little more juice on there. Not much. I'm also throwing the collars on. So it's about a pound a piece. So here's the deal. Barbell curls, 12 to 15, somewhere in that range. Banded vertical extensions, same deal, 12 to 15. We're supersetting instead of all curls and all extensions. So let's go, dude. And if I don't get 15, it's not a big deal. Who cares? Little mini break. Oh, at like rep 10. I needed it. I needed it. Oh, okay. This is the fun one right here. I know you guys can't see the whole thing, but who cares? I'll bump the camera up just a little bit so you guys can see that and not just look at my stressed out face the whole time. See if we can get 15 again. My little break at 10. Whew. We got it. Come on, we got it. We got it. Let's go. We did it. Oh, jeez. Oh. Good job. Thanks, dude. Ooh. I got nothing to say. Killer workout in terms of enjoyable, great, very pleased, happy, satisfied, content, stoked for more. Nice. Tomorrow we got timed 40s. So we're gonna see if we can beat our times from last week. And then we have one more fly session on Friday, which I know y'all might be thinking, that seems awfully backwards, isn't it? Because it's the last week, like, whatever. Well, stay with me now. Currently, I'm the least fatigued that I will be. So the performance test is tomorrow because it's where fatigue is lowest and performance is highest. Or what's the word I'm looking for? Like, yeah, I guess performance is highest. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, gym brain. Friday being flies kind of just works itself out in a sense that it's just more training. That's all it is. And sometimes you do feel better on Friday. Sometimes. But that's just because there ain't nothing else to put on that spot. You know, I'm not going to test again. So that's just the way it kind of worked out. But the flies isn't anything super crazy. If anything, it's just, like I said, just more practice before the block is over. Because I only do it once out of the year, right? We're about to go into back-to-back conjugate blocks and then a bodybuilding block. So, I mean, it's going to be a while, a year before we do this again. So, with that being said, though, killer session. Looking forward to tomorrow. And hopefully I can put up some good numbers. I'll see you guys then. Adios.